If you're using Windows 11 for digital radio comms and the link between your computer and radio was severed by a recent Windows update, here's one thing you can add to your troubleshooting list. If your JS8 call waterfall looks like this garbage, then this is the video for you. So I'm going to first describe the problem and then I'll show you the solution. And it is going to be the simplest solution you've ever encountered when it comes to troubleshooting computers. But you can see we get some audio occasionally, but in general, we've got some really aggressive lines here during which the audio through that sound card is totally muted. You can see over here, it's -16. If you listen to this, you would hear nothing. And then occasionally when a strong signal comes through, I can't tell if that's VARA or if somebody's talking, but you'll hear like some distorted audio and then it'll go back to this muted thing. So it's clearly not compatible with digital radio comms. I'll close this and we'll open up VAR-AC and you can see what it looked like on the VARA waterfall as well. While that's loading, I do want to encourage everybody to just be bros to each other in the comments. Just show some kindness. I understand the passion for Linux and I absolutely think everybody should be going towards Linux as an ultimate goal, but you know what? Not everybody's a Linux guru. There are a lot of challenges with Linux, and so I think there are ways to steer people towards Linux without aggressively shouting them down in the comments. But here we go. We've got some interesting garbage here on the VARA waterfall, and this is obviously not anything organized. I might be able to kick it out of that real quick by transmitting, and then it comes right back into that garbage. I'll go ahead and abort this, and we'll see it's going to very quickly turn to crap again. There it is. There's the crap. There's the crap I was telling you about. Okay, so what's going on? Well, I updated Windows 11 and everything broke. So I've got a shortcut to my sound here. I'll show you how to do that. But first I'm going to go Windows R, type Control, and that'll open up my control panel. You're going to love how quick of a fix this is. We'll click Hardware and Sound. And by the way, if you wanted to add that shortcut to your desktop, you just right click on Sound and click Create Shortcut, and it'll put it on your desktop for you. So we'll open up Sound. So there's my Digirig on the playback side. On the recording side, I'll click on it. We'll get into the properties. It's all the way over here on the right to advanced. Now, what is this? I've never seen this before. I don't recall if it was on Windows 11 before. It was definitely not on Windows 10, but I know I didn't enable it. The update enabled it for me. How kind of them. And it broke my digital radio system, and it took me hours to figure out. So deselect that, uncheck that, click apply. Let me actually get this up here so you can see how quickly this fixes. It might freeze for a second, but it'll come right back and it'll be fine, as if nothing ever happened. Come on, don't make me a liar. There we are. Perfect, it's fixed. Let's open up JS8 call. We'll throw out a heartbeat or something. And just as simple as that, you're good to go. So if we don't see anybody here, I'll throw out a heartbeat, 14078. Fire off the HB. So in general, when it comes to audio enhancements on any of our digital comm sound card stuff, we don't want it. We hate it. It's no good. By the way, I'm on my True SDX and I'm putting out about 5 watts, so it's kind of hit and miss if we actually get anything here on this Hail Mary heartbeat. But look at that. Hey, that looks like it was enough to actually get something back. Let's see if they're actually talking to me. I hope so. You're going to be famous in 3, 2, 1. All right. K5DCC and WE3D, thank you so much for coming back to me. And now you are Terminal Element celebrities. So I'm going to close this, and I really quickly want to go over the proper settings and everything you need to get that Digirig sound card working, because I really like the Digirig, but I understand it's not the only one out there, but it is a really good one. So if you are opting for the Digirig, you need to get started by going to the Silicon Labs CP210X driver, and you can just search that in Duck or whatever, and it'll bring you right to this page, and you'll need to click Downloads, and then typically you want the Universal Windows driver. If you're on Linux, most of the time you don't need to do anything. Raspberry Pi comes all prepackaged with everything you need to get started, so that's just one thing that may make you a little bit more biased towards Linux. But download this, install it, and then we will go here to sound, that nice new shortcut. And I'm just going to go over real quick how I do my settings for the Digirig. So here on playback, you can see I have changed the name of the Digirig. It's going to say like USB audio device or something initially, but I like to change the name so that it's really identifiable whenever I need to adjust some settings. You can also change the icon here. And this little modem icon is just really identifiable, but you can change it to whatever you want. But I think you should change it to something other than the normal speaker so that you can easily distinguish it from your computer speakers. Over here on levels, this is something that might be a little bit more in depth of a dive than we're going to do in this video. This relies on some troubleshooting and certain meters on your radio, and whichever software you're using, it might be a little bit different. But here on the TrueSDX, I put it at negative 19.9. This is the transmit audio from the radio to, excuse me, from the computer to the radio. And so that took me a while to trial and error, and not every like JSA call is going to want something lighter than VARA, so I went through a whole big thing this summer. People who have been watching this channel for a long time know what I went through. All right, enhancements, we want to disable all enhancements. That's all we need on that. On advanced here on playback, I don't think I really touch anything ever. I want to allow the applications to use it, and they can have priority, sure, okay. And spatial sound I don't touch, but it should be off. Okay, over here on playback, or excuse me, recording, we'll open up the Digirig. This is where we found that evil setting here that Microsoft so helpfully activated for me. But under general, same thing. Change the name, change the icon, make it something more easily identifiable. Here's a place, like especially on the TrueSDX, since it doesn't have the ability to really listen to the audio while you're doing digital radio comms, you can activate that here and click apply, and you get some static, and you'll hear the signals come through. Oh, look at that. Thank you guys for helping me out with this. And then to deselect it, we'll just apply. Okay, custom AGC, automatic gain control. That is awful. It'll cause all sorts of problems. Deselect that on the computer side of things. You can still have it on, maybe like on fast mode on your transceiver or something, but here in Windows settings, we don't want that. They're not helping us. They're not doing us any favors here. On recording, this is what comes in. I usually adjust this on my transceiver, how loud I want the software to be hearing the incoming signals. And so I leave this as 0 here on microphone. And then advanced, yeah, we want to allow applications to take exclusive control of this device, give exclusive mode applications priority. I don't even know what any of that means, but I leave it checked and it doesn't cause problems. And then get rid of this. No signal enhancements. I don't need the computer thinking it's smarter than the Digirig, because it's not. Okay, one other thing I want to show you. I'm going to right click on my start menu and go to device manager. I don't think that every single person needs this, but if you are encountering some weird issues, give this a shot. Go to your ports and find that Digirig. Here it is, the Silicon Labs CP210X USB. Okay, so we're going to go to the properties and the power management. By the way, you can get there either by double clicking or right clicking and going to properties. I should have explained that. Power management. I want to deselect this. Allow the computer to turn this device off to save power. What? No, I don't want that. I want this to work when I really need it. So make sure that's deselected. If you're not having any issues, you probably don't need to worry about it. But if you are encountering some weird stuff, deselect that thing. The other place we might look is down here in USB controllers. Like if you've got some hubs or something, get into the properties of that and click power management. Make sure that your computer's not shutting that off on its own because it thinks it's being super helpful and saving power. All right, I would love to hear from you guys if you encountered that same issue and how you dealt with it. Or hey, if this video saved you some time, man, I would just love to know that this was helpful to people. So, all right, get out there, get on the waves, get on the radio waves, say hi to me if you're on the GhostNet. See you all out there.